In Excel, we often work with lists, and it's important to be able to know how to sort a list. Sometimes we want to sort a list simply by one particular column. I'm sitting in the file Excel 1, and I'm sitting in the sheet sorting a list. If I decided, for example, I needed to sort this list by name, I'd simply click on one of the names in column A, or even the heading. When I sit on a name or the heading, then I want to sort it in ascending order, and that means from A to Z. Now there's a few ways you can do this. On the Home tab to the far right, you actually have a Sort and Filter button, and if you click it, you have the options to sort from A to Z using this button here. You also have the option to use this icon here on your Quick Access toolbar, and we added this to our Quick Access toolbar in some earlier videos, and that was listed in here, Sort Ascending. And the other way that you can sort is to simply go to Data in the ribbon, and there you have another button, A to Z. So there's a variety of ways that you can sort in ascending order, which is basically lowest to highest. If I click the button, I can see that Brad Pitt is now at the top and Michelle Pfeiffer is now at the bottom, and it's sorted from A to Z in ascending order. If I want it sorted from Z to A, I could hit this button here or this button here and sort it in descending order, which basically puts Michelle Pfeiffer at the top and Brad Pitt at the bottom. Because the button has an A and a Z on it, it sort of implies to users that it sorts only alphabetical data, but it doesn't. It also sorts chronologically. For example, I have a column here of birth dates, and if I wish to sort these people by birth date, I'll simply click on a date or on the heading, and then I'll go for either A to Z or Z to A. If I go to A to Z, then I'm going to have the lowest at the top, which means I've got the person who was born first at the top and the youngest person at the bottom, the person who was born last. And that's A to Z. If I go Z to A, it's the complete opposite. And notice how the data stays together. I now have Julia Roberts at the top, 27th of January 1966. But if I was to sort A to Z, she'll be at the bottom. So it keeps the data together. What you don't want to do is actually highlight a range that you want to sort, unless you want to sort this independently of the data that surrounds that data. For example, if I highlight these birth dates and I say I want to sort from A to Z, then I get this message here. It's found that there's data next door to what you've selected, and there is. Since you've not selected the data, do you want to expand the selection so it all stays together, or do you want to continue with sorting just the current selection? If I continue with just the current selection, these people will all end up with different birth dates. So I'll cancel. So you can sort alphabetically, you can sort chronologically, and you can also sort numerically. And dates are actually numbers, so that's true. We can also sort by more than one column. In fact, we can sort by up to 64 columns. For example, I might decide that I want to sort by country, so all my USA and my UKs are together, and then within each country I then want to sort by city, and then within each city I then want to sort by name. If you wish to sort by more than one column, you're going to need this button called Sort on the Data tab, or there is also on the Home tab under Sort and Filter a custom sort option there. But I'm going to use the one on the Data tab in the ribbon and go for this Sort button. It immediately highlights all the data and it brings up this window. It also, to the right here with the use of a tick, has figured out that my data has headers and it won't include them in the sort. They'll stay at the top of the list. So you need to make sure that that option is correctly interpreted by Excel. I don't want to sort by birth date. That was the last way I sorted. I'm going to change this that I sort by country. So I initially sort by country and then I click the button Add Level, because then I want to sort by city. And then I add another level, and then I want to sort by name. And you can add up to 64 levels. When I click OK, and notice it's A to Z, A to Z, A to Z, and this could be changed if you needed to. But it's going to sort by country in ascending order, then by city in ascending order, and then within each city by name in ascending order. And I'll go OK. So here you see here all my UKs are together and my USAs are together. Within the USA you can see that it's sorted by city and my two Seattles together, and then within the city you can see it's sorted by name, and you can see C and then M. To experiment with sorting a little bit further, let's go to the product sheet at the bottom of your screen. I'll click on the product sheet, I can see quite simply that this list is currently sorted by product ID, and I can see it's in ascending order because it's from 1 to 77. If I decided I needed to sort and print this list by product name, I'll click on a product name and I'll click the button A to Z. And now I can see Alice Mutton is at the top, product number 17, and at the very bottom I can see that this, beginning with Z, is at the bottom, product 47. And likewise, if I went Z to A, it was sorted in descending order. If I wanted to sort by price, which is a number, I'll click on a price and I'll click on A to Z, which will put the cheapest product at the top, which is actually product number 33, $2.50. And if I go Z to A, it puts the most expensive product at the top, $263.50, which is product 38. If I then want to return the products to their original order, I'll click on a product ID and I'll click on A to Z. If I want to do one more sort and to sort by more than one column, of course I have to use this sort button. So what I'm recommending is perhaps we right click this button and we add it to our quick access toolbar. So we've got the sort button always there on our quick access toolbar, and we don't have to go to data in the ribbon, we can stay on the home tab. But I'd like to arrange this button so it's actually sitting with my other two single column sort buttons. So I'm going to go into the Customize Quick Access Toolbar button and I'm going to go into More Commands. What I'd like to do is click the Sort button, and using the Move Up button, I'll move it up and put it underneath Sort Ascending, Sort Descending, and then sort by up to 64 columns. I might actually put that Find also while I'm here, just in front of the sort. And then I'll go OK. So I've rearranged my buttons and here's my sort button. If I click my sort button, again it's picked up that my data or my list has headers and it's not included them in the selection, and therefore they'll stay at the top of the list and they won't get mixed up in the sort. What I do want to sort by is first of all by supplier, so I'll change product ID to supplier. So it's going to sort by supplier from A to Z, and then I'll add a second level. I then want to sort by category ID, that column there, and again by A to Z. And then I'm going to add another level, and that's to sort by product name. And then I'll click OK. So I'm sorting by up to 3 columns. Again, here we have our suppliers all sorted, and so my Dining Delights are all together. Within Dining Delights, I'm then sorted by category, so all my Chinese are together. And then within that category, I've sorted by product name, so I've gone from A to R. And within Gourmet, I've gone from C to T. To return my data to its original sort, I'll click on a product ID and simply go A to Z. So I highly recommend having these 3 sort buttons actually on your quick access toolbar if you work with lists and you need to be able to sort them quickly and easily.